Oh, howdy there. Got a package of bolts and big plans. See what we can get done today. Good morning. Hey, good morning, folks. So since it's another one of those early mornings, we don't want to wake up the neighbors just yet. A little too early for that. We got some smaller odds and ends types interior things that I wanted to get done. Mainly starting with backlighting for the gauge cluster. Had to do a couple, like a switch for the blower motor on the interior, things like that. Come take a look. Okay, so what I had in here current were white LEDs that I was going to use, and they seemed to turn out just fine. They were white LEDs that I knew were going to be behind these factory blue lenses, right? The white behind the blue kind of filters through, at least with an incandescent bulb, to look more like a green backlighting. Well, these are so bright that it turned to just be like a blue, and that's fine. Like I'm not upset about it not looking exactly like stock, but it was a little dim behind all these lenses, and I knew that okay, if I take these lenses off, it's just gonna look like a straight white back there anyway. So, well, why don't I just buy blue LEDs and take the lenses off and see how that works out for us? Figured that'd be a decent way to go. Don't know till you try, so let's try. One, two. Those are not actual like nuts either, cap nuts of sorts. This one's just spinning in place, so that's fine. Okay, these two washers of sorts should be able to slide out now. Okay, cool. Not as hard as I was thinking it was gonna be. Whoop. Come here. Would you kindly exit and not goof up the gauge? Please. Thank you. Tight fit. Tight fit. Let's not do that again. Oh, lovely. We're going to do it on the right side, too. That's fine. Okay. Time to go. Oh, no. Yeah, if I can get my finger in there. Get you turned around a bit. There. Well, by golly, I think that's all of them. Let's do our little swaps over then. I don't know about this one. This one's a different color, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Put one in there. Whoa, Nelly. Get in there. In there. The hair. There you go. Okay. Let's reverse order this bad boy. Let's check on that. Yeah, I mean, if it looks relatively straight, we should be fine. Yellow, white. Okay. Black, white. Right here. Yellow. Yellow. And red. Oh, yeah, these gotta be tightened down first. Come on. That one's gonna stay on there forever. Good. Okay. All on there. We're all where we need to be. Cool. Let's start going back together. Good. And we got some screws to hold everything together. These guys, I believe. Put it in the car. A couple things that I remember wanting to do, well, at least one, before I put that gauge cluster in is, I need to replace the blower switch. I believe it says like that. Blower switch for the car. We'll go through here. There we are. Wouldn't go like that, would it? Oh no. The bullet. Looks like it broke off in there. That's why this was looking funky to me. Well, I went and retrieved it. Not that I really know that I can do a whole lot with that though. I guess that's why they went away from these then, huh? I got some bullet connectors. Got these. Yeah, that's fitting in there. Could I mean, this is already goofed up anyway. Could I do one of these? Just not a great spot to be. Just trying to see how much wire I can save at this point. I'm gonna have to cut a bit off the end of it anyway. Ouch. Okay, let me get my strippers and grippers. We'll see if we can make something happen here. Okay. I think we can make it work. Try that first. I think that'll do. Time will tell, but you know, given circumstance and all, if that's what you gotta do, that's what you gotta do. Dealing with this original wiring and whatnot, it's A little dicey. So if I could just remember how this actually mounts in there. All right, I figured it out. I don't know why I was thinking this needed to stick all the way through. It doesn't. It just needs to have this little tab portion sticking out. Then you're securing it with one bolt there on the side. Very nice. Okay, see if we can put this back up. Got her in there. Just 2 screws at the top here, 2 at the bottom. All these are hooked up. We got our switch, 3 position. So there's 1, 2, 3. Gauge cluster can go back in. And then if that lights up just the way it should, the last thing that I needed to do in the interior, electronically, I guess, would be to add this new resistor to the heater box and then test to make sure that our blower works, all of our lights are good, rest of our wiring is, and we're good to go. We've ran ourselves out of time for today, so we'll pick back up when I see you next. All right, so I've assessed the situation and decided that what I'm gonna do, I don't know what was stock, I don't remember exactly, but I think a couple of self-tappers. Just whoop, send her home. Okay. Cool. I didn't think this would be the best way to do it. Can you go to your home? Not too bad. Okay. One at the top. Okay. Good there. Alright, nice. Now that that's installed, we should be able to hook our gauge cluster back up in there. Connect a battery to this and make sure everything works. That's the point. Let's do that. Alright. See if I can remember the best way to do this. Sorry. Oh my, sorry. Here we go. Now, first thing, I believe you get it up to about yay. And then we want to start connecting stuff. So we'll turn it on face towards us. Start looking at the old connections here. Okay. You gotta stick your paw, like turn the face up much as you can, stick your paw in through the right side. Grab your connector. Start to throw those bad boys in place. Nope, hold on. I just got it. Oh yeah. One-handed her. You saw it. Are you seated? Okay, that's tight. I think that's everything we had to connect. There's a little method to get your little center dash piece on the 68. Might be the same way on the 67. They're different model years. I just wouldn't know exactly. Before you get this, I just remembered, before you get this cluster all the way seated in there, get her out a little bit. Enough so that you can, a little more. Enough so that you can get this little piece back behind it and connected to your right side. And then everything should snap together in the middle. Hold on. Okay. Connected on the right. Yep. Snapped in the middle. There. Now everything just needs secure. Whew! See, there's nothing to it. Okay. Yeah. Gauge clusters back in there. All right, let's see if I can rig up the battery to test this out and make sure things actually work the way they're supposed to. Stand by. Oh. Okay, you can look at this at the same time with me. Got a battery system hooked up. The light on the floor, there's a good sign. I don't know how well it's gonna look in here with all the fluorescent lights on. I might have to turn those off, but let's see, does this lighting work? Ooh. Oh, I love it. That's so cool. Oh yeah, that's bright too with all those lights on. Wow. How dim will it go though? You got a little adjustment, I guess, but it's kind of, you're all there or nothing at all. All right, well that works. I don't know that I connected everything to the blower switch yet. Hold on, I should do that before we test this. Okay, so connections are made. Just listen to this. That indicates to me the squirrel cage is hitting against something. Itself, maybe even. Regardless, that really stinks. We're gonna have to figure that out. Why it's spinning in such a manner. So that'll be fun. That's also gonna be for another day. So, that said, next time we're out here, I'll jump right back into that, fix that. If we need a different squirrel cage, we need a different squirrel cage, but realistically, I think it's one of two things. It's either, it has something to do with how the squirrel cage is mounted onto the shaft. Maybe it's just slightly off balance, right? And every time it spins, it wobbles a little bit. Maybe the bottom of that squirrel cage is starting to index, I think would be the correct term. It's starting to index or take away material from the plate that it would be mounted to. So here's plate, right? Squirrel cage is on the other side of it, like that. Every time it spins, it might just be catching something there. Or on either side of the squirrel cage, it could be catching a piece of a plate. So we're just gonna have to dive in there and figure out what's going on with it to fix it. I will catch back up with you next time. Take care. I suppose if you do anything enough times, you can start to say, oh, that's not so bad. But this, taking this in and out of that car, I don't know that I could say that. That's pretty not fun to do every single time I've done it so far. Okay, I better see some witness marks around here. This being off just ever so slightly, I think, coupled with being bolted in there maybe too tightly. You see, so right from here to about here, you should see a little bit of a shiny part there. There to there. On the inside lip here. About the top where it would meet with these fins. You can see some wear marks. Hold on. Well, the good news is I'm not taking this whole box apart, so that's fine. And maybe you'll be able to see. Maybe you won't. There. Where that fan would meet up in the middle. That inner ring. Before I put all this back together, you notice that I bent this ever so slightly so that we could get her going straight. As it sits, you listen. Nothing. So The best thing I think I could do is just grab a piece of sandpaper, see if I can sand the inside of that box just for a little bit of assurance before I put it back together, because I really don't want to have to take that out once I put it back again. Practice makes perfect. Well, I'll get it sooner or later. Come on. There. Should be good now, man. We really should. Let's try it. I'll get back with you once I got it back in there. Whew. She's in there. Please. It's better. You hear how it smooths out? Look, man. That's how it should sound. Why would I spend time taking that out again to try to, what, use a little bit more sandpaper? Or try to put that plate in the vise again and just ever so slow. There's only so much you can do. You gotta put her in there, have a little bit of confidence, run it for a minute, and let her eat. Oh, well, out of time for today. We'll catch you on the next one. Hi there, folks. Slick back here in the shed. As you can see, we have a new engine on the stand, out with the old and with the new. The one we took off was the 302 from Mom's 1964.5 Mustang. Now we have Sally's remanufactured engine on the stand, and I am not completely set bolting everything together. You know, we still need to throw carburetor on that bad boy. We still need to connect our belts. We still got to fill up our radiator. Odds and ends things. Had to actually modify the stand a little bit to accommodate this engine. Come to find out, that 302 that I took off was a 1970, and where the lower rad hose would connect to the water pump was on, it's cast into what would be the left bank or the driver's side of the engine. Whereas on this one, this block, which was a 289, the heads are cast 289. The whole engine is part of 289, but the block casting numbers are actually, it was midway through the year, between 1968, because it's a 1968 vehicle. That's when they started switching over to a 302 block instead of 289s. So it's got an original 302 block, like one of the first, with 289 heads. The whole thing is considered, though, to be a 289. Regardless, this model year, the water pump is cast to be lower rad hose on the right bank or the passenger side. So I had to throw in a radiator to fit that would have its upper and lower rad hoses both on the passenger side or right bank. And yeah, I'm not sure about how this upper rad hose is going to work out. I don't know if that's going to be an issue for the cooling system or not. I will kind of just have to figure it out as we go. I don't anticipate it will be. I think we got enough to be able to circulate coolant, and that's really all that matters. Did have to just raise the rad up a little bit, and in doing so found out that I didn't have enough on my legs for the stand, so I had to take this portion of the stand out, like the whole H-frame uprights, welded on an additional 6 inches to the bottom of both sides, so we have a little bit more adjustment up. We'll have to take the electric fan off of our other radiator, throw it onto this one. Not too much past that. Just reconnect everything, and we will be ready to endeavor the break-in process. Bought an entirely new carburetor for that because it's a long story. Yeah, trying to Frankenstein one out of the 3 that I had. It was just not working. So let's continue bolting on everything that we need, and we'll keep her moving. gotta be the way she goes. Oh, see how fun it is? Oh, yeah. Heck yeah! Could mount the coil. Why not? Where's the ratchet at, Cole? I had it until I didn't. Usually when I walk around and I put my hands out like this, every time, every single time, if I walk around like this, I will find it. I mean, I see a ratchet, but it's not. I see two ratchets actually, neither of which are the ones that I was looking for. It's around here somewhere. Aha! See? Yeah, every time. Need to mount our starter up to this fella. Right, starter bolts right here. Golly. Oh, she ain't white. Get in there, you greasy old thing. There you go. Boy fit. Where's the other one? Sit, would you? Can I get a ratchet on either of these? No. No. Yep. Easy does it. She's home. Let's see if I got the lock washers I need for our carburetor and the carburetor mounting studs. Got a dummy carburetor sitting on there right now just so that I could sink down our carburetor mounting studs, get them seated. We've got a new carburetor that'll go on top here. I just got to get that tuned first. Next thing I was going to do is throw a couple coffee filters inside of a funnel, and then I'm going to take the oil that I drained out of this that already has a engine break-in additive to it, throw it back in the engine. I bought a whole new clean drain pan specifically for that purpose, but it's just going to make me feel a little better when we're putting it back into the engine. I'm just sending it through a filter. Oh boy, this is going to take a little while. Put our remanufactured dipstick in here, shall we? There we go. Captain's log. It is approximately the 26th of June, and it was 78 degrees when I walked outside this morning at 5:30 a.m. But we've got engines to start, so no matter. Did I also mention it's humid? It's extremely humid outside. It's because of the corn. The corn's sweating. That's what it is. Evapotranspiration. It's the corn literally sweating and making it even more humid than it usually would be. Engine's mostly put back together at this point. We're almost ready to start. Just need to make sure she's full of oil. It needs to be primed. Need to set our initial timing. Put the distributor in there. and connect our battery. Oh, and fill the radiator. Yep, definitely need to need to do that, I guess. But then, so probably not this morning, but tomorrow morning. Huh? Yeah. That'll do. Ooh. Hey, this, you know what? This is why we do this. Did we forget to tighten up the water pump housing bolts? Is that really what we did? Or didn't do? Why is it leaking there? Oh. Do I need to put a gasket sealant in there? What? I shouldn't, is what I'm saying. Oh, this is why we do this. Yeah, that thermostat's probably fine. Okay, put some more water in it. Maybe not so much a gasket issue as it is the housing. Just got a cheap replacement housing. I don't even remember why I bought a replacement housing, but all right, we're gonna throw a different thermostat housing on there. That is going to have an O-ring sealing method as opposed to us using a gasket. Said give it away. Just give it away. Yeah, I really don't understand, but it doesn't look like there's anything wrong with that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, let's see if paper towel works just a little better. Honestly, if anything, I'd say it's working worse. Hard to tell. Well, this is why we do this. Let's bolt that carburetor down. At least do something for today to make us feel somewhat accomplished. Might not be starting that yet tomorrow morning, maybe Saturday morning then. Got 7/16 around here or what? Beautiful morning outside. Welcome. I have things. Hold on here. Got a different thermostat housing. Not really, sorry, it's not that I don't dig the chromed out look, but it's not what I was shooting for necessarily. But that's what was available. This specific water neck has a thermostat housing, has an O-ring as a method to seal instead of using a gasket. So we'll try this instead. It's a little crevice there. Seems like the way to go to me, man. Let's try her out.
All right, I tell you what, that looks like it's making a solid seal. Okay.
What more could I do? I'm taking this darn fan blade off again here. Just for your awareness, I switched around fuel pumps. I took the fuel pump that I was just using that is new out of the box, that I know positively works from Mom's 302 that we just ran on this stand, because it's known good pump. The one that I took off of this 289 before it was redone was also known good, working just fine. However, it has been sitting for however long at this point, you know, March of 24. So I just get slightly concerned about the diaphragm in that pump being worn out and not pumping fuel right off the bat when I need it. So I threw that new pump on there. I'm about to take this fan blade off, just to get it out of the way so I can spin the engine over. We'll take the valve cover off on the right bank so that we can watch our cylinder 1 valves to get our number 1 cylinder to top dead center of the compression stroke. You watch our intake and exhaust rockers. So piston's like midway down there. It's going down. These look like they're closing. A little too far, a little too far. There. Right about 10 right there. Come back just slightly to remove any slack out of the timing chain. I think I'm good to add my fan back on too. That's a lovely process. Every time I throw this fan on, I keep thinking that I'm good to just leave it there. All right, that'll do it for today. I'm basically gonna clean up. Gotta go back to working, but we are this close. So I will see you tomorrow when we start and break in our first engine. Okay, we are back. We are good to go. I'm just gonna reprime this engine. Throw our distributor in, and we'll be good to go. Okay, we're gonna run this counterclockwise. We are full up to the tops of all of our rockers. We are good to go. Throw our throttle return spring back on. That'll do, donkey. Throw the old distributor in. Want to put some ultra slick assembly lube on the bottom of that. A little dab will do ya. Okay. It's that goopy stuff. Okay. Put it on the bottom of our gear here. A little something for it. Okay. Number 1. That's where I want it pointed. Right there. Right. And this is just going to stab in easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Hold the phone. There.
close.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly where we want it to. Yes. Cool, cool, cool. This is working. That's great. That is great. Oh, thank, whew, goodness gracious. A little lock washer I thought we had lost forever. Using my third hand. All right. Okay, good there. 15426378. 15426378. Come on. Come, bud. One side. Come on. There's the other one. Okay. Let me get our distributor hold down tab in. I don't want it super tight. Like I still want to be able to move the distributor if needed. About like that is what I'm looking for. Let's set up our wires. Just to make sure that I'm getting spark to number one, I need to take number one out, plug this in. We're gonna turn ignition on. I'm gonna dial this in so that I can keep rotating the distributor back and forth so that I am just before it sparks. And that's where I will put my, that's where I'll set my distributor at. Okay, right about there. We need to connect our battery tender, prime fuel system again, and we're good to go. Let's grab some ear protection because we're gonna have to run this for 20 minutes. Ooh. Almost 3 p.m. on the dot. I think we're good everywhere. I mean, we'll know immediately if we're not. Yeah, there's still a little something in there. Good. But I'll give it some of this. Okay, good there. Battery tender's on. Super nervous, super nervous. Need to keep an eye on our cooling system. Oh, make sure that that's working immediately. And then close it up before it gets too hot. I just want to make sure everything's circulating. Okay. Primary on, gauges. Fan will be on in a minute. All right, now or never. And we'll turn our fan on when we need it. I'm so nervous. Okay. Here we go. Gotta watch our RPMs. We have to run it between, I think it's 1500 to 2000 RPM for 20 minutes. It's 3 p.m. on the dot. Here we go. Need more fuel. Nothing sounded out of the ordinary at first, so I think we're good. Here we go. Something's not making a good sound. Hold on. All right. Got a new battery cable in there. Or on there. Give this a couple squirts. That ought to do. If that doesn't do it, I don't know what will. Okay, what time have we got? 3:30 on the dot. Here goes nothing. PSI's about 58. Hot. So we got about hold on. We got 8 minutes into the break-in, and then it got to about 220 or so, and I shut it down just because we were having a cooling problem. Obviously, it was. I mean, this fan was dumping so much heat off though. Maintained good oil pressure the entire time. We'll just have to let that cool down a bit. All right, so we're back down to about 140 degrees. It just got way too hot, had to shut it down. I think our issue is that it's 90 degrees out here. It is so hot, ambient temperature, and we have stock radiator. We're fighting a losing battle. So in the future, yeah, probably larger radiator would be helpful. I also, took my upper rad hose, kind of threw this down a little bit, just in case partially air in the system was a bit of an issue. It is what it is. We'll go from here. So we were 8 minutes through our cycle. It is now almost 4:40. So if I can get at least another 8 minutes today, that'd be cool. Or, I'll take whatever I can get. And then if I have to do another cycle tomorrow morning, so be it. Not an issue. So we'll just run from here, get as far as we can. All right, so got another 5 minutes out of it till we got to about 210 or so, and shut her down. I mean, trust me, this is doing what it needs to. We are dumping heat. It's just, I am curious about something too. Maybe I'm just being a goof here. I wonder, is the stock fan considered a puller as well? All right, it's finishing cooling down. So yeah, tomorrow we'll come in. We'll fire back up. We are 13 minutes through our break-in cycle. So we got 7 more minutes to go. And then we'll drop the oil out of it. Put some new fresh oil in it. And at that point, she's ready to be matched up with that transmission, which I am rebuilding. And we will throw her into Sally. So I'll pick back up with you tomorrow so we can finish out our break-in cycle. Morning, folks. Slick back here in the shed. We're going to finish our break-in cycle on the new engine for the flat-tappet camshaft with the mating with hydraulic lifters. A couple things, though, before we finish up that cycle. So we're 13 minutes through a 20-minute cycle, so I got 7 more minutes we need to proceed through. Crows was going crazy out there. Okay, wasn't fully using my noodle when I did this. All right, believe that I have my electric fan that's mounted on the front of the radiator set to be a puller at the moment because of how I hooked up the polarity with the wires. Simple fix, okay? But it is effectively pulling air this way towards me, right? When I have my mechanical fan also operating as a puller fan, pulling air this way. So you see what I'm saying? Opposing forces there, not adding to our cooling effect, okay? My bad, okay? Simple fix. Do the 1-2 switcheroo here with our wires. Test that. Lovely. Okay, cool. See what I did there? Didn't even plan for that. Anyway. Should be clear. That makes me feel a lot better. Well, there you have it, folks. There's your initial break-in, 20 minutes at anywhere between 1800 to 2400 RPM per melling. This is melling camshaft, stock camshaft for a Ford 289. 20 minutes between 1800 to 2400 RPM, varied. And I primed it on initial break-in, and that was for the first 13 minutes. Second go around, we just went for it. Everything turned out just fine. I mean, the fact that everything performed as it should have in the first 13 minutes, and we were consistent. Pretty sure the mating actually happened in that period of time. This additional 7 minutes is just me following the rest of the break-in procedure because that's what we needed to do. Ideally, we would have been able to take the distributor all the way out so that I could have primed it again today before I started her up. But our timing was already set and we had fuel in there, so we started immediately, and we immediately jumped to about, I don't know, 58 pounds of oil pressure. So I'm not concerned about it. I know that everything was being lubricated like almost immediately. Also to note that between the RPMs, most consistent, we were staying at like, you know, at if we were at like a 2000 RPM, we were staying at a constant 55 pounds of oil pressure. Great oil pressure. This is, if you want some credibility that I'm figuring out how to do this and that I haven't goofed anything up yet, here you go. Truth be told, first engine I've ever removed, first engine I've ever tore apart, first engine I've had to take to a machine shop, first engine that I've rebuilt with all new inner parts and a few exterior. But yeah, at this point, I just need to drop the oil out of this engine. I'm gonna let it cool down. I don't know if I'm gonna do it today, but drop the oil out of this engine. I should do it while it's still warm, a little bit anyway. Yeah, just get the oil out, drop the oil, change the filter, and then to complete the break-in procedure, you need to drive this for 500 miles, change the oil again, and then it's complete at that point. So that's what we'll do. But until we're ready to drive this, what I need to finish is my transmission rebuild. So, okay, you're smoking now. Did we leak something? I don't know, man. It might be my valve cover gasket right here. Ah. Catch me in the next one when we're rebuilding the transmission. But completing the Sally series will consist of finishing rebuilding that transmission, putting the engine and transmission together, throwing it into the car, reconnect the drive shaft, connect our new exhaust system, get everything aligned, throw the hood back on, throw the battery back in. So until next time, I appreciate you watching. If you can, please, I'd appreciate it if you spread the channel name. It helps more than you can imagine. Word of mouth. Thank you, and take care.